Hello, and welcome back to Trails to Azure, part 13. Last time ended with an incredibly long cutscene, and hopefully I don't have to sit through many more for a while. Because that took far longer than I felt it should, and by the end I was very frustrated. I have a new pom-pom party that I could do, but I'm not going to do it yet on the assumption that it's not time sensitive, and honestly I don't enjoy pom-pom party because I'm bad at it. This is the cat gone missing in the Eastern District. Bracer fight practice in Armorica. Musician has disappeared. And monster extermination. And I finished those two. Wow. Medal of Valor. And Doctor Zen. Old Tome's Sake. Okay. Yeah. I'm not gonna do it, but I could fight Michelle. But I don't enjoy Pom-Pom Party. That's a lot of requests, and they all seem more than a little intriguing. I'm not so sure what to make of this musician manhunt, though. Forget that. It's not every day you get called in by two of the guild's foxiest knockouts. I mean, sure, it's for training and not a hot date, but beggars can't be choosers. Well, it does sound like a good time. Oh, and this lost kitten request is from that family we know. Yeah, it's Bond's family again. The ones that moved to East Street. We helped them with their cat once before, so I wouldn't mind lending a hand again. Yes, I agree wholeheartedly. I think that cat quest is a secret quest, so I wonder how this changes if you don't have that secret quest done, or hidden quest. Let's be sure to take the time to see them. They went out of their way to ask for us specifically, after all. The city's bound to be a lot more lively thanks to the new tower unveiling, not to mention all these visiting dignitaries. We should take our patrols out and about today. It'd be a blast, I'm sure. So, my plan today is, given that stuff has changed a great deal, I actually don't remember if I fed the cat, so I'm gonna check. But, okay, I have. Wait, I'm distracted now. What's wrong, Kia? You're spacing out. Oh, no, it's nothing. Good luck at work today, everyone. This is her reaction. So in that long cutscene that I can barely remember anything specific from because I was already tired of it halfway through. If I remember correctly, she saw the shape of the tower and it made her reminisce. And she is 500 years old and weirdly magical, so that means that the tower is suspicious. And it probably has... There's probably some direct issue that's gonna appear during the tower. Say, Zeit, you were with Kia during the Orchis Tower unveiling, right? She looked a little depressed. Do you have any idea why? Grr, woof. Even if he knows, there's no way we'll be able to make any sense of it without Tio. Yeah, like the tower is suspicious. The shape may be influenced by cult or cult-adjacent people. I could talk to him, but I don't want to. So yeah. I'm probably gonna have a bunch of people that I'm gonna talk to, and I might not get through many quests today, but I'll talk to all the different folks. Can't say I give two wits about the trade conference, as long as we teach Arabonia and Calvard to stop messing with us. If we give them so much as a reg they'll be more than happy to give themselves a few selga. I have no idea how that's supposed to be pronounced. Do I have new weapons? Okay, no new weapons to buy. But I have these equipped. Are these ones that I upgraded? I thought I upgraded my weapons. Oh well. No, wrong button. Yeah, today's gonna be... So I'm thinking I'll go for the monster extermination and the bracer one, because East Crossbell Highway leads to Armorica. So I'll aim to do these two. And I might do this one while I go around talking to folks, because stuff has changed. The tower was revealed, so there's probably a lot of people to talk to. This is different. Oh, hi SSS. I want you to be my mommy. She's a tour guide. Why is she in her uniform? Pleased to meet you all. Thank you for being so good to my daughter. I've heard many wonderful things about you from her. Oh, no, not at all. We couldn't possibly take that much credit. She mentioned you were a tour guide. That sounds like an excellent profession. Do you have a long day's work ahead of you? No, actually. No. Actually, we were given time off for the duration of the trade conference. I plan to spend all of it with my daughter. If that's the case, why are you still wearing your uniform? Oh, well. That's because I wanted her to wear it. See, that's a good justification. We're about to play tour guide now. It's like a real tour, but pretend. Haha. How about that? I bet you're having a blast, aren't you, Mimi? Yeah. See you later, guys. Watch out for bad guys, okay? So yeah, I'll get the musician talking done. And then I will... Oh, is this trash man? I hate him. I'm gonna do that and then basically go do what I did at the start of the chapter, talking to all the people as best I can. I'm not going to talk to everyone like I did. I'm going to skip a few because I'm not even going to try to talk to like people like this who are just wandering. But I'm going to do my best. Today's packages are late, so I'm going to be in a real hurry to deliver them once they finally get here. I figure the freight train cargo is undergoing a stricter inspection than usual. Not much I can do about that. What with all these Imperial bigwigs here, that seems like a hint. Oh, this isn't even the character. It frustrates me that they reuse the exact same, very distinct character models for generic tourist characters. This morning was something else, let me tell you. All those gorgeous limousines coming and going. These dignitaries sure do know how to travel in style. Like, it's a very distinct character that is a clear character. Like, it's weird that they don't leave that model for them. Okay, I'm talking to an Airbonian with music. Could be anyone. So let's just check here. Urgent matter, could you please help me discuss in person, meet me at Crossbell Station. My guess would be him, but it's not. I've heard that the Imperial Chancellor, Gilead Osborne, had ties with former Speaker Hartman. And yet, some say the Chancellor himself was behind the Empire's decision to deny Hartman asylum after he defected. The second he outlived his usefulness, Osborne cut his lifeline. That's the kind of man the Blood and Iron Chancellor is. Hence the name Blood and Iron. He looks suspicious. Like he could be who I'm looking for. He's probably who I need to talk to. Oh, he isn't. I heard there's a trade conference happening in Crossbell right now. Maybe we should go visit that Orchis Tower place. It's all anybody's been talking about. Is it him? He doesn't look like... that is the Prince's Guard. That is 100%. Whatever his name is, I can't remember what it is, but that's him in disguise. There's no way it isn't. And the Prince, I think, was musical. or liked music, so that would fit. So it's all a trick. ... Hey, Lloyd. That guy there is giving off some real intense vibes. Don't tell me he's our client. Excuse me, sir. We're with the special support section. I've been waiting for you. Thank you for coming. Though it is also a very generic haircut, so it could be a joke. Like, it could actually be a different character. But if you remove the glasses, he would look like the prince's bodyguard friend guy. My name is Mueller. I work as a talent manager for Erebonia's music industry. A pleasure to make your acquaintances. A talent manager. Yeah, so they're hinting that it's not actually a talent manager, so that's definitely the case. He doesn't look the part at all. If anything, he feels more like a bodyguard. I get the sense I've heard of him somewhere before. I think his name is Mueller, though. Is something wrong? No, not at all. If it's alright with you, would you mind giving us the specifics of your request? You mentioned something about a missing musician, as I recall. I take it that means that you're their manager? That's correct. We traveled to Crosswell as part of his concert tour. However, the moment I took my eyes off him, he went missing, which fits Olivert's MO. That puts me in a tight spot. There's little to go on in a city I'm not familiar with. I could see that posing some difficulty. Crosswell City is larger than most. Yes, though I'm sure that won't be the only hurdle we contend with. In any case, could I ask you all to begin the search immediately? Let's find that musician. Of course, we're here to help. Could you give us some more details about this musician we're looking for? Gladly. My client? Yeah, Olivier. My client goes by the name of Olivier Lenheim. I don't think he used that last name. I think Olivier was his first name, though. His fake first name. He's a blonde man in his 20s, often clad in a white coat and sporting a lute. A lute? Wouldn't that make him stand out like a sore thumb? How hard could it be to find the guy? If only things were so simple. A mere search and retrieval mission wouldn't be an issue, ordinarily. But you see, Olivier's personality is a bit, shall we say, problematic. He has an incurable need to stick his nose in others' business, only to cause more trouble in the process. To be frank, he's a nuisance, a fool, and a real pain in my... Excuse me. I see. Ideally, I'd like you to find him right away, so as to keep his tour schedule intact. But I know better than to get my hopes up. You'll be doing me enough of a favor if you could simply grab him before he gets himself into any incidents. You're starting to sound less like his manager and more like his babysitter. Either way, it probably explains what kind of person we should be on the lookout for. Do you have any idea what sort of areas might pique his interest? Well, if I had to say, Olivier has a tendency to be drawn to bustling crowds or places of ill repute. He also fancies himself a gourmet, so he might have slipped away to some sort of eating establishment. Basically, if it's any place someone could stir up trouble, you can bet it's on his radar. The downtown district, back alley, and entertainment district are the first places that come to mind in that case. Yeah, though also Long Lao, which is near downtown. I'd say you're on the right track there, but I've already combed the entertainment district as it so happens. You'll be better off excluding it from your search. He undoubtedly knows I'm looking for him, so he's probably avoiding the most obvious spots, but if you already checked the entertainment district, he might go back because he saw you check it. That complicates things. But if he's drawn to large crowds, then the harbor district may also be worth checking out. I believe Mishi is scheduled to make an appearance there today. I see. It sounds to me like you have a good list of possible destinations. My apologies. I wish I had more concrete information to offer you. Don't worry about it. This is plenty. If there's nothing else we need to know, we'll get started right away. Best of luck. Alright. Oh, my throat. I'm counting on you. And if he refuses to cooperate, don't be afraid to use force. In fact, I invite it. A good slap upside the head should do. Sure thing. What kind of weird relationship do you have with this guy? It's actually even weirder considering he's like the guard to a prince, even if he doesn't have a right to the throne. Like he has no succession rights presently, but he's still a prince, so he shouldn't be threatened being like, hey, hit him. It's still not reasonable if a music manager is like, hey, my musician should just slap him upside the head. That's not reasonable either, but the musician is less, I assume, less in a position to get him thrown into jail quite as easily or executed. In an absolute sense, not Olivert. Because Olivert is not or Olivier, as they're using here, is not the type to execute or send him to jail for that. I had to lead the limousines carrying all of the dignitaries around. Can't say I've ever felt quite that tense before. It was strange. I could practically sense the gravitas emanating out from their cars. Okay, people to talk to. I want to check if I have enough. I think I just upgraded slots. I don't really have much to spare. Yeah, I don't really have enough. I could upgrade like one, but I should really check for quartz. Because like a cast one would be probably worth picking up. An action 2 cast is 100. I might get a cast and an action 2. That might be worth it. An evade 2 would be good, but I don't have the money. And by money I mean Sepith. Yeah, the quartz is available a lot sooner. I kind of want evade 2, but for now, I'm going to pick up an action 2 and a cast 1. Who am I going to have the cast on? For now, I will put cast on her instead of no. Yeah, instead of this, I'll put the cast. I'll put the action on. He's not being used. I want to keep the luck for drop rates. Move is nice, but the components don't really help. Do I have any upgrades? Didn't I get? I thought I got. No, I haven't gotten an attack too. Anyway, there's some upgrades. Okay. I'll check in here for anything I might have missed. I'm embarrassed to admit this, but I joined our customers in watching the unveiling ceremony. Orchis Tower truly is a majestic sight to behold. The way it looms above, 40 stories into the sky. Why, one could even consider it Crossbell's newest landmark. I mean, yeah, one definitely would consider it the newest landmark when you can see it from everywhere. It indeed marks the land. Okay, so I don't have crossbow times to pick up. I can't imagine there's anything upstairs other than maybe here. But this is basically empty. I'll talk to like people by themselves. Let's Chiruru. Every time I came home from a journey, the tower was a little closer to being finished. So this is what was hiding behind the curtain the entire time, huh? It was worth the wait. Who are they? Hey Lima, look over there. Did you know Daddy and his co-workers built that building? Wowee, you did? You're amazing, Daddy. Such a magnificent building. You know, my husband was involved in its construction. Hehe, I couldn't be prouder of him. And this is guard. Hey there, kids. I saw you were part of the unveiling ceremony security detail. How'd it feel, seeing the dignitaries up close? As overwhelming as you'd expect. No kidding. You could practically see an aura around each of them screaming, "Look at me, I'm a continental big shot." Ha, sounds like they really made an impression on you. Well, let me give you my 2 mirrors worth. Obviously it's important to recognize their presence. But it's just as crucial to make sure not to get swept up in it once you're on their playing field. Yes, I wholeheartedly agree. It's easier said than done, though. Well, on the flip side, the more it's done, the easier it gets. At any rate, it looks like it was a positive experience for your team overall. I'd say you owe Sergey some thanks for pushing you into that assignment. That we do. We'll remember to let him know. Okay, I'm done checking here. I'll talk to the girl in the cooking place. I actually really want to follow this particular storyline of him getting reduced. Why so many people bothered going out for the unveiling ceremony is beyond me. They wouldn't get to see it up close anyway. I'd much rather wait for the Crosswell Times to cover it so I can catch up on things the tasteful way with a nice cup of coffee. She drinks coffee all day every day. It took me some courage to make Celtio wait tables, but it honestly worked out better than I expected. He's been showing basic decency to our female customers, even the ones he fancies most, so I think he'll be fine. Now, if only we could teach him to not just cook like a chef, but think and act like one too. That might be asking too much of him, though. Yeah, I mean, he's kinda not a great dude. That's the couple. I'll let them I'll not interrupt them. Okay, I think that's all I'm gonna check in this area. I might check on these folks. Oh. Why is everyone so worked up over a building? They're acting like children, oohing and awing all over the place. I mean, sure, it is kind of impressive, but flipping through fashion magazines is way more fun than looking at some big tower, not to mention educational. She's really comparing apples to oranges here. Pretty goofy. I've been in the wholesale business in Crossbow for 3 years now. And thanks to this upcoming unveiling ceremony, the department store put in an enormous order with us. I always knew Crossbow was the right place to ply my trade. Koken. Hi, Aunt Lette. We went to go say hello to Cecil yesterday. Oh, did you now? I'll bet she was just thrilled to see you again. Am I right? Yeah, definitely. It looked like she was doing well. I'll admit, she had me taken aback. It's not often I meet such a lovely young lady. Definitely. Cecil is so caring and loving. It's no wonder she became a top-notch nurse. Hell yeah. She's exactly my type, too. Wouldn't mind playing doctor with her if you know what I mean. Have you no shame, Randy? That's her mother you're speaking to. Keep this up and you'll be back at the hospital sooner than you think. Cecil always was quite a popular one. I hope you all continue getting along with her. Creepy. I just want to double check that I didn't miss like a recipe book in here. I think I missed a recipe book. There's a recipe book that I saw in a cutscene that I haven't grabbed. I don't know if it has disappeared by now or not. Because I can't even remember where the cutscene was. And I haven't gone back because honestly, if I miss it, I miss it. I could talk to them, but they're kind of boring, in my opinion. I need to go here to talk to this guy. He's not here. My husband was invited to attend the unveiling of Orchis Tower as one of its designers. He should be basking in the glory of a job well done right now. Emphasis on should. Because yeah, something about the design is suspicious. So that needs to be examined. There might be some value in talking to Grimwood, but I don't really want to. They probably have nothing important. Now this kid. Come along now, Colin. Do you remember what we need to buy today? Carrots, potatoes, onions, and oh, curry roux. Very good. Now, let's be off. Wonderful. Little boy Colin. I already grabbed the car book. They should really have a recipe book because she does cooking lessons. Could check in on these nerds. I'm not going to talk to them because I hate them, but I'm role-playing. I don't think Lloyd would talk to them unless he had to. Oh, I could check the cathedral. There's a chance there's people worth talking to here. Like, I'm not gonna talk to the random kids. I'm mostly just gonna check if... Okay, this is abnormal. I understand that Sister Reese asked to be entrusted with tomorrow's trip to Mainz in your stead. Is that right? Yes. She told me she has a wealth of experience teaching Sunday school. Pardon me, Archbishop, but is something wrong? Should I be concerned about Sister Reese? You've asked about her rather frequently since her arrival. No, it's nothing dire. I'm merely concerned over the girl's work habits. Report to me right away if you learn of any further developments with her. Yes, Archbishop. See, that's... Reese is why I'm here. I don't know if it's supposed to be pronounced Rice, but I'm gonna say Reese. I'm just tracking her. I could talk to her. The unveiling ceremony was earlier today, wasn't it? Looking up at that tower from 44 floors below, I'm sure any child would think it goes straight into the heavens. Hehe. The little ones are probably beside themselves with excitement right now. Which makes me want to talk to the green-haired twins, but I don't feel like it. I don't really... Oh. Pardon me, Sister Juju. I'll be teaching Sunday school in Mainz tomorrow. And I wanted to ask about a troubling story I heard. Apparently some sort of bizarre incident occurred along the mountain path earlier this year. Now that you mention it, I do recall something strange happening in the area. I believe there were eyewitness reports of spectral monsters appearing in the old ruins near the village. Huh? Is there anything more you can tell me? I suppose so, though I don't know all the details myself. There I was, teaching class in Mainz with Sister Hatina, when suddenly, things took a turn for the worse. The father of one of the girls, her name was Kimmy, by the way, came marching right in. You see, he was worried that this wasn't what I had in mind. Like, spectral creatures. Spectral monsters appearing in the old ruins near the village. Of Mainz? This one's be talking about the ghosts. The ghost examination and not the attack wolves. Oh, it's this guy. I'll talk to him in a minute. It's a younger-ish mother. The old lady. Oh, hello everyone. I wasn't expecting to see you here. Excuse us. We didn't mean to interrupt you while you were paying your respects. I assume that means this grave is for First Lieutenant Ozma Seeker. But Fran and I just called him Dad. He passed away around 10 years ago. Your father? I heard stories about the guy during my Bellegarde days. It sounded like he was one hell of an officer. This is the first I'm hearing of this, because it's not information that you generally just share willy-nilly. He was a strict man, but he also had a strong sense of justice, one that led to us losing him in the line of duty. You always know this sort of thing is possible, having a family member in active service, but nothing could have prepared us. That was a long time ago, though. Nothing worth crying over now. I suppose you could consider it a reminder to value your lives today. Never forget the people who would mourn you if you left them behind. Don't worry, Mom. We won't. I'm going to talk to this person in case of anything. Orchis Tower is supposed to signify a new era for Crossbell. If my husband were here today, I'm sure we would have attended the unveiling ceremony together. Can I see the Orchis Tower from here? No. Does the map make any sense? I guess that's not forest, that's cliff? It doesn't really make sense at all. Okay, so now I'm talking to these folks. Well, oh yeah, he mentioned him before, I think. Well, this is a pleasant surprise, Nielsen. That's a mighty fine liquor you brought. Bit on the pricey side, though, eh? Oh, that's quite all right. It was given to me as a gift to begin with. I'd be more than happy to share it with you. Ho ho, then in that case, what do you say we get to the bottom of this bad boy? Haha, very well. It's been far too long since we last enjoyed a drink together. Haha, I don't mind keeping anyone company, so long as they can put up with my trivial ramblings. In any case, it's good to know that Quint is still doing well. So I'm assuming Nielsen probably knew Guy Bannings, because Guy drank with Quint, so that's a connection, potentially. So I'm assuming he's going to be plot relevant for our search into who killed Guy, that I assume happens in this game. It's possible we don't search that, but we probably do. This has been searched and I don't have anything to grab. I'm going to double check that there's nothing new here to worry about. Nope, wrong button. Nothing new. Good. I bought one too many sniper ones and I regret it, but oh well. I think it's best practice to talk to these people in case they give you free recipes. Boy. Things sure were busy this morning. It started off pretty slow, since none of the dignitaries passed through this district. But after the unveiling ceremony, people started pouring in like crazy. I was raking in sales by the tubful. Hee hee hee. Looks like I'm going to be the top selling stall for the 3rd month in a row. So I could check in on them, but I don't really think it's necessary. There's probably people within the hotel that I can talk to within the rooms, or there's nobody in the rooms. It's weird that the rooms are empty and there's no one to talk to. Yeah, why are the rooms all empty? I've heard that every floor of Orchis Tower is wired to the Orbital network. No doubt our online reservation system will be seeing more use going forward as well. Yeah, I was hoping there'd be people in here, but nobody. Okay, so I'm going to say that's cleared, that's cleared, that's cleared. Central Square is cleared enough. Station Street's cleared. Then I have Admin, Orchis, Harbor, IBC, East, Downtown. So I have stuff to report here. Handover fragments. I see you've brought me a data fragment. I'll have to deliver it to our forensics. Okay, and let's wait a moment. Part 3 of Information Terminal 01 on our order decrypted. So wait, which ones have I got decrypted? Part 1 and Part 3 about DG? Because that's Part 1. Part 2. Part 3. The foolish Septian Church and their symbol, that goddess of the sky. The Dark Ages met its... Oh, because that's not a new sentence. That's continuing the sentence from the previous page. They led themselves to be deluded by the flattery of pompous fools and accepted their invented, self-centered cult with open arms. The foolish Septian Church and their symbol, that goddess of the sky. The Dark Ages met its demise, and this faith spread throughout the continent. Let us consider. If said goddess truly existed, can we not assume that she would bestow equal salvation upon all of us? However, disparity yet exists, and people continue to perish in disasters and misfortunes. Does that mean that said goddess discriminates upon whom she shall bestow salvation? This thought alone is too ludicrous for words. In the end. Okay. I mean, that's kind of... Oh, I also need to check my combat notebook, which is not going to have much because I don't actually scan enemies. And I think this tracks scanned enemies, not just killed enemies. Mira and U material. I'll talk to her. Oh, Noe, I've got a question. You all were part of the security for the unveiling ceremony, right? How'd it go? Was it a lot of fun? It was, actually. Why would it be fun? They just stood there. Especially getting to see Princess Claudia of Liberal. Okay, that's why it's fun. Of Liberal and Senior Captain Schwartz up close. You saw Julia Schwartz up close? Aw, man. I'm so jealous, Noe. I'm sorry, Fran. I'll do something to make it up to you. Promise. I guess we can jot Fran down as another member of the Senior Captain's fan club. Damn, what the hell? That lady's practically making men obsolete. Yeah. They're, like... It's an interesting-ish character. I think they hinted at it in the cutscene with Olivert about how Mueller and her are maybe a thing, but not actually dating because they probably legally can't because they're from totally separate countries and all that, and it would be a security risk. Legally is not what I mean, but like... Oh, that's a different kid. From Calvard? Didn't take long for this place to get crowded. Look, even Ryu and Henri came here to play. Don't forget Momo. They must have opened the plaza to visitors right after the ceremony. Once the dignitaries left, that is. I'm sure Uncle Dieter insisted that the public get a chance to enjoy it too. That does sound like something Mayor Croix would do. I see they also have officers from the CPD station in the area. Well, the entire city is abuzz right now. You never know when things might get a bit too lively. I'm sure they put them here as a little extra precaution. Yeah, plus the tower itself still seems to be close. So they're probably around to keep people out. With that in mind, we should hold off on trying to get in there ourselves for now. We have a bunch of people to talk to. This is probably a tourist. I honestly don't know what to say. I'm just awestruck. I guess that's the best way to describe it. Well, at long last, the public is able to experience Orchis Tower in all of its splendor. He's the guy from the West Street Raisin Apartments. The way the peak kisses the sky itself, beautiful blue and white facade, its colors reminiscent of Crossbell's emblem. Why, I couldn't be more proud. Thank Eidos I took on that contract as exterior designer. Like, these are the kids. They made a new friend. I'm going to talk to them last. Trying to look up at the tippy top of Orchis Tower kind of makes my neck hurt. Hurts my neck. I can almost see it though. Can you believe we're allowed to be here so soon after the unveiling ceremony? I must say, it was big of Mayor Croix to give the okay on opening the plaza to visitors right out of the gate. Who's this? I recognize the model, but it could just be a random. It's just oh, he has a name. I've been waiting so long for the day Orchis Tower would finally be completed. And it wouldn't have happened if Mayor Croix hadn't been so generously willing to fund public projects with IBC Capital. He's different than the typical Diet member who's just looking out for their own pocket. Suspicious. Hey, it's Ryu and Henri. Oh, and you're hanging out with the new face, I see. Yeah, Momo just being ignored. And who are you supposed to be? Acquaintances of Ryu and Henri's? Listen closely, I'm a Heiyu. Yeah, so they're from Heiyue. He's some kid visiting from the Republic or whatever. That's all I could figure out anyway. We watched the unveiling ceremony together from the roof at times. Now we're just hanging out. He was kind of lonely when we found him, so we invited him to join us. Who said I was lonely? Stop making things up. Well, it's not like I'm lying. Back me up, Momo. He looked like he was about to start crying, right? Well, sorta. Ryu, stop picking on Zen, which I don't think is actually pronounced Zen. I'm not actually sure how it's supposed to be pronounced. Looks like they're getting along pretty well. Yeah, he was up on the tower, on the top of... He was on... Whoa, they changed the direction. That's weird. He was on top of the Times apartment building. And he mentioned how the people recommended Crossbell, something along those lines. Which just sort of hinted at him being connected to Cal and them. So yeah, he is Heiyue. Mystel had a huge line this morning, but the rush has finally calmed down. Hehe, not that I'm complaining. I've already met my daily sales average. I should probably talk twice to these folks. Because sometimes you have to talk twice to get free stuff. Let's check up here. I watched the unveiling ceremony from the window. Truly, what a spectacle to behold. Within that tower is our new city hall. The reality of it is finally settling in. The dignitaries participating in the trade conference have finally arrived in Crossbell. I've been told all of them have different agendas planned for this afternoon. How do you suppose they'll choose to spend their time? I can't help but be curious. Okay, I think checking briefly in the library is the last thing to do. This nerd. The West of Myria Trade Conference is upon us. How many years has it been since Crossbell last hosted a conference of this scale? I think it's safe to say that these next 3 days will go down into the Myrian history. Oof. It's definitely going to go down in history. That's for sure. With the attempted, assassination of one person or another. The tower being used as, I don't know, an orbital laser. Who knows? Oops, I missed the back alley. The back alley is so easy to miss. Okay, I don't need to go in there. I need to go into Imelda. Because I am checking up on that one guy. Click, clack, click, clack. Well, well. Isn't this interesting? People on the Orbital Network just can't stop chittering and chattering about Orchis Tower. I can't wait to see how many tourists it's going to bring to town. A little economic boost is never a bad thing. I should try to get my hands on a piece of real estate with an excellent view of the tower while I still can. She's not the best real estate. She should have been more speculative. Planned ahead, you know? I'm gonna check here. It's gonna kick me out? Yep. Sounds like some fancy schmancy VIPs from abroad are in Crossbell right now. What's a guy gotta do to get some walking publicity like them in his club? Now that'd pull in some customers. Garante? Something Libe? Rush Libe? Bush Libe? No idea. Oh, maybe this was the cookbook I was missing, because the fisherman had a cutscene in here, and I saw this in the background. The working man's diet is taking 5 on the counter. Wonderful, I didn't miss it. This jerk of a customer pressured me into getting totally hammered last night. Ugh. And now I have a splitting headache the next day. Again. The first part of the trade conference is underway as we speak. Owing to that, the police officers on patrol in the back alley look even more stressed than usual. You can tell by how close of an eye they're keeping on Crimson and Co. Nothing new. Okay, so I've checked the back alley. I've seen neither hide nor hair of Lecter. He might be here though, because he could be intruding, but he isn't. I grabbed that recipe already. So, I still have Harbor District, IBC, and then down. Let's skip the Crossbow News, sir. Let's just do IBC, then come back to do Harbor. Oh, wonderful. Oh yeah, this is, was it the Calvardian that was going to be here today? That was mentioned? My apologies, everyone, but the IBC is closed for today. You see, President Rocksmith, from the Republic, is actually here for a visit at the moment. If you have any business to attend to, we'll have to ask you to come back tomorrow. President Rocksmith? Oh, that's right. Landfay mentioned something about that yesterday. Damn, no wonder you guys aren't taking any chances. If that's the case, let's stay out of the way for now. We wouldn't want to make their jobs any harder. Why, like, on the map here, there's a little yellow in this direction right here. I wonder what's up with that. Or is that up a floor, maybe? Sign hung, knock if you have business. I just want to check. Ooh, we saw his granddaughter yesterday, and he's not here. The granddaughter had something to do with the duder. I can't remember the specifics though. That's just a random person. There may be... Ooh, this is a new person. Darn that Nikolai. I can't let him get a head start over me. Yeah, so she's running around. Oh, this Nikolai right here. Huff, huff. I know I should be resting, but I just can't sit still. Getting my muscles moving helped me clear my mind. So yeah, that's... Oh, it's Mishy. That is creepy. Like, it's not realistic to begin with, but it's so... It's creepy. And I see in the bottom right, the guy that is normally fishing is there with his granddaughter. Oh, it's the reporter we saw. Oh, Nielsen's out of the office right now? Just my luck. My apologies, but Mr. Nielsen doesn't actually spend much of his time here at the agency. He said he'd be visiting with a friend today. Could I perhaps take a message? No need to put yourself out. I was only looking to have a friendly little chat with him. I'm sure there'll be other chances. I assume she's going to kick me out if I do this. Yep. I was curious as to whether I'd be allowed up there. It's this nerd. I just developed the photos Grace and Ryan took. Look at them. Aren't they fantastic? The question is, which one of these should I use for the special edition? That's everything here. You might want to talk to her. That being said, it'd be okay if I went and said hello to the editor-in-chief. Let me check in with him on that. Just a moment, please. Okay, that's the end of that. That's just a police officer. If they have something important, then I'm going to blame the game. This red-headed man is in a gaudy suit tried my noodles just now. Then the little punk said he wanted the secret recipe for my broth. So he jumped right into the back of my cart. This is definitely Lecter. I had to smack him with my soup ladle to get him to leave. The nerve of that guy. A red-headed man in a gaudy suit. Sounds like someone we know. Acts like him too, apparently. Do you know where he went, by chance? Well, he said he was going to find some dessert, and then made his way towards the entertainment district. The entertainment district? Got it. We don't know if it's him for sure, but honestly, who else could it be? So I guess I'm gonna go there next after I finish this, because I'll probably have to head back to East Street in downtown anyway, is my assumption. Look over there, Grandpa. Mishy's in the park. It's not a very good park since it's mostly stone. The police told me to refrain from fishing during the trade conference. Still, it's fun to walk around town with my granddaughter like this every once in a while. Wholesome. Now, dear, settle down and be a good audience member. I know, I'm trying to talk to the girl. I'm so excited. Is the dance show gonna start soon? Is it? Wow, it's Mishy in the fur. Mishy in the fur. What a lucky break, getting to see Mishy in the city while the theme park's closed. I think he just might have a new fan in me. So this is the Mishy everyone's always talking about, huh? I love him. Just look at the cute, droopy face he's got. Mishy's dance show will begin shortly. You can all dance alongside Mishy in today's special event, so feel free to participate. Mishy has come all the way from Michelin to Crossville City today. We have a whole host of fun events in store, so stick around and enjoy yourselves, everyone. Will Mishy talk? Hi, everybody. Mishy, I hope you're ready to have fun today. That's not a voice. That's not an appropriate voice. It just doesn't fit. I was trying to go for an upbeat, but I'm not an upbeat person, so I can't really do an upbeat voice. Then I talked to Ice Cream Girl. Some cheery red-headed gentleman asked me to make him a cone with 10 scoops of ice cream. Talk about a tall order, am I right? The guy managed to finish the entire thing in one go, too. He was a zany one, alright, and definitely not what you'd expect from someone dressed like some fancy pants noble. That sounds like Lecter, alright. Excuse me, do you happen to know which way he went? Sure do. Poor fella got a massive bout of brain freeze and plodded all over towards the residential district, clutching his head all the way. Alright, let's tail him. I'm assuming he's going to travel all the way around, but if this is where it ends, this is where it ends. Okay, he's not here. I might have to talk to the old... Oh, there he is. I was going to say I might have to talk to the old man here, but... Wait. Okay, those are flowers. Those flowers always confuse me because it looks like the specific model with like a flower crown around the back. There it is. I guess there really are different species of fish here now. It's a joke. Presumably the fish that you can fish out of the fishing place are changed. Man, I'm seriously kicking myself for not bringing my fishing rod. What are you doing here, Lecter? Hey, look at that. I managed to reel in a nice catch anyway. No hook needed. 5 big ones with 4 limbs each. Pretty good haul, I'd say. What? Playboy here is trying to say we took the bait. Hook, line, and sinker. Bullseye, see? This guy gets me. I actually forgot that I was looking for Olivert, not this guy. I'm not in the mood for this today. We can't let him steer the conversation. As much as I'd love to talk about fishing, I believe I asked you a question, Lecter. What do you think you're doing here? You're part of the reason why the Red Constellation came to Crossbell. This is an unreasonable line of inquiry. He clearly came with the Blood and Iron Chancellor, so it's his job. Haha, someone sure isn't beating around the bush today, are they? Cutting straight to the point is the best way of dealing with a slippery snake like yourself. Takes one to know one, but alright. I see how it is. Use your eyes. Can't you see I came here to take it easy? As awesome as I am, being that old man's guard dog does get pretty exhausting. Old man? Do you mean Chancellor Osborne? We've been wondering about your relation to him. Are you really one of his closest confidants? Heh, search me. I don't remember that word ever leaving my mouth. Oh, that's good. Anyway, break time's almost over. It's about time I head back to the old man. See you later, guys. Tell all your CPD buddies I said hi, yeah? But what? He totally dodged the question. No, he didn't technically dodge the question. He said he was here to relax. But I guess he was dodging the second question of why is he here at all? But like, he already told us why. I don't know. He totally dodged the question. Guy's too smooth for his own good. Except it's not too smooth for his own good because he got exactly what he's looking for. But, anywho, time to go to East Street. I want to check something very quick. So I can't travel directly to Orchis Tower. They're hovering. Because it's not designed for that angle, despite the fact that you see it from that angle all the time. Okay, I'm going to East Street, which is here. I don't want to talk to her yet, because I don't want to pick up that quest right away, because it's urgent. These spinny toys are super fun. Spinny, 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 spin. Whoa, Mei-Ling, your eyes are swirling. Spinny, spinny. Oof, I'm getting dizzy. That's pretty funny. Handicrafts, huh? I'm actually pretty good with my hands. Maybe this could be a good fit. You think Kronk here would be willing to hire me, though? Man, Orchis Tower sure sticks out, hey? I guess my craftsman's blood flowing. I think I'm going to try building a model of it. I already made a model of Old City Hall back during the anniversary festival. Might as well keep the trend going. So, none of these people ever mattered. He might matter. Now that Mom is boycotting the housework, it's fallen on the men of the family to pick up the slack. Me, I'm in charge of the meals, but what should I buy? This guy's suspicious. God is willing, we'll make it through this conference without Heyu and the Red Constellation causing any trouble. This job is murder on my nerves. Let's talk to these folks, these friendly folks. My husband used to be at his wit's end dealing with Roy's apathetic attitude, but that boy has been working much harder lately. Perhaps someday, he'll even wind up joining the association. If he did, I'm sure my husband would be one of the first to celebrate. My grandson Roy has taken an interest in working at one of the street stalls. I did used to run one myself back in the day. It's just in our blood. Or more in how you raised him, but whatever. Okay, this nerd. Lord Lakelord hails from a long family line of barons in the Empire. Supposedly, a lot of Erebonian nobles double as business entrepreneurs. In Lord Lakelord's case, he's a professional fisherman on top of that. Amazing, isn't it? Apparently, he's received special education for gifted anglers ever since he was a child. What that entails, though, I couldn't say. I should probably technically read the explanation. Requirements are... Oh, so there's requirements for each one. I'm not actually going to read this out loud. I'm just very quick. Whatever. Okay, that's weird. I'm actually just going to follow a guide to solve all those because I have no interest in the fishing. How go the angler's tools? If you cannot measure up to the challenge, then you are more than welcome to save yourself the trouble and surrender. Just remember that your precious fishing holes will forever be ours if you do. I'm not even gonna think about that until like chapter 3. Because honestly, the fishing is not that interesting. It's still relevant, so I'm gonna do it, but no one to talk to, please? Ooh, book. I actually don't know if I've checked this area for books. Okay, no books. I'll talk to Michelle, and then that's probably it. Here we go, boys and girls. The Westmeria Trade Conference is officially underway. We'll be handling all kinds of requests on top of security detail. If anything goes down, the guild will be there quicker than you can say boo. That's encouraging to know. The Red Constellation and Heiyue's motives have yet to be confirmed, so we cannot allow ourselves to relax. Yep, with those nasty Nellies lurking around the conference, we've got to be extra careful. Anywho, we have your department on speed dial if we learn anything important. Thanks, Michelle. Same on our end. Okay, I'm not entering here at all. Like, I can probably enter and talk to the various people, but I'm going to do that entire area when I start the quest. Let's talk to the folks here. They're here. They're back there. He's here still. Roos is always trying to make things fit a mold, you know? Shove every idea into a box. But sometimes, you gotta think outside of it. Why not evolve our plans and start a business together instead of opening a restaurant together? See, I can talk to the people that I care about, which would just be these folks. Oh, hey there, SSS. You guys here for lunch? And hey, what did you all think of the unveiling ceremony? Amazing, right? Amazing, huh? I won't be forgetting it anytime soon. Being in the presence of the dignitaries was overwhelming, to say the least. No kidding, huh, right? Especially that Blood and Iron Chancellor. He's the real deal. This was my first time seeing him up close and personal. It made me realize just how intimidating he really is. Oh yeah, that reminds me. There was this guy right beside the Chancellor. Sorta looked like his secretary. Wasn't he that Lecter kid you were hunting down a while back? The one I mentioned seeing here? Well, cat got your tongue. Hey, I get it. But you know, that actually reminds me of something else. Is this a hint for Olivert? Oh. What would that be? Last year, it's not Olivert. Last year, around springtime, the Blood and Iron Chancellor and former Speaker Hartman held a little informal meeting behind closed doors. But you guys already know all about it, don't you? Pretty much, yeah. It's common knowledge within certain intelligence channels. Sure, but that wasn't the case at the time. Neither the Crossbell nor Erebonian media reported on it. And naturally, the CPD didn't manage to get their mitts on that info at all. What's more, despite being so important, he hardly had any guards assigned to him. It's almost as if he casually dropped in for a quick stroll around Crossbell. I guess that's how they managed to keep the whole thing on the down low. Sounds scandalous. Yeah, if I didn't know any better, I'd call it a load of bull. Exactly. And what really ticked me off is that all of it happened right under my nose. You can bet I looked into it after the fact, gathering dirt from every nook and cranny. Doing so netted me a list of possible suspects involved in setting up that secret rendezvous. One of them stands out in particular now, a young man named Lecter. Why is that surprising? We do already know he was with the Chancellor during that meeting. Yes, so I'm surprised to learn that he was responsible for arranging it. His diplomatic skills are out of this world. Right, a mere secretary wouldn't be able to pull off something like that. That is, unless he's also a member of the Imperial Army's famed intelligence division. Right? Yeah, what if? Leave it to Grace to figure all of that out on her own. Man, I sure hope she never goes digging into my love life. Haha, looks like I hit the bullseye. Still, I can't believe that the bozo I met with you guys was that Lecter. Anyway, you guys probably have loads of work to do, so I won't keep you any longer. Now I know there's a lot more to that Lecter fella than meets the eye. You guys had better watch yourselves around him. We'll be careful. It was nice speaking with you, Grace. Who's this guy? Grid. Wow, East Street's bustling right now. Guess that means they've lifted the traffic restrictions. I'd better get back to work. How many times must I tell you, dear? You shouldn't make so much noise while you eat. Have some manners for once. Anyway, let's talk to Shan Shan. Daddy said that Calvard has even more Easterners than Crosswell does. It's almost like the place that's further east is closer to the place that's further east. And there's more people. It's not always the case, obviously. Considering apparently Canada has a very high portion of Ukrainian people, because that was brought up in the past year and a bit. I'm distracted now. Apologies. And Canada is not the closest country to Ukraine. So Ukrainian diaspora, people that are outside of Ukraine. So Ukraine, 37 million. Russia, 3.2 million. Canada, 1.3 million. But then Poland is the one below that. It's it makes sense that there's a lot of people in Poland because it's close. But yeah. So it's not obvious that, there's more Easterners in Calvard than Crossbell, despite the fact that Calvard's to the east. It's not the case necessarily. We moved here when I was just a little baby. I don't remember it at all. From what I hear, it sounds like a lively place. That must be fun, I bet. Okay. The guy I was looking for was not here. I've checked everything but the one. I'll do a brief scan, but I won't talk to anyone. Just a quick... I'll talk to them later, but I just want to check in case he's hiding out here. I'm not going to enter that door. So it seems like Olivier or Olivert is down here. Yep. Oh, you've got to be shitting me. Bitch and moan some more, why don't ya? Those voices. Lloyd, look. The hell's wrong with you, Slash? Use your freaking head for once. What are we gonna do if Wald drinks himself to death? Because the way things are going, he's already halfway there. I told you. That's why I'm weighing our options to keep that from happening. It's not my fault nothing's come to mind yet. Get off my damn case. Oh yeah? What about your shit for brains idea to take him sightseeing on top of the tower? That'll cheer him up for sure. What do you think he is, a 7-year-old? If he was, he sure as hell wouldn't be in this hole in the first place. Seriously, has anyone ever told you how much of a grade A dumbass you are? Bastard. You want to start giving out scores, huh? Then if I'm a grade A dumbass, you're grade triple S. You haven't even come up with one idea. Oh yeah? You want to go? Let's go. Knock it off, you two. Speaking Speaking of triple S dumbasses, where do you get off pulling weapons on each other? You're supposed to be comrades. I mean, these are the only ones that fight each other. The Testaments are much more competent. Stay out of this, Carrot Top. It ain't any of your goddamn business. This is all Wazi's fault anyway. You're the one who turned your back on the downtown district. Yeah. Well, it wouldn't even be like this if it wasn't for your chicken shit ass. Well, Wazi, you gonna own up to it, or what? Hold on a second. Wazi didn't do anything. Whatever. This is just pissing me off even more. Guess we'll have to lay you chumps out first. Come on. Like, I know they're hot-headed, but they've been beaten up so many times. Ha. Now you're talking. Just get your face smashed in. Just don't get your face smashed in. Huey, I still gotta do it myself after. Oh, okay, I'm bad at reading. Just don't get your face smashed in, Huey. I still gotta do it myself later. What should we do, Lloyd? This is starting to go beyond boys will be boys territory. Well, I mean, if you account for the type of things people say boys will be boys in regards to, it actually isn't going beyond that territory, because people use that phrase to let people, like, to justify a lot worse things than picking fights. Damn, if this keeps up, we won't have any choice but to subdue them. And then Olivert's gonna show up playing music. Called it. Exactly. Ho hum, how utterly depressing. I called it 1 for 1. Perfect. Okay, I'm gonna briefly... I just wanna... very briefly messes with this, but boink. Such needless conflict will only link the chains of hatred across your otherwise delightful hearts. To you who choose to scuffle in the streets, I give the timeless gift of song. It is a soothing yet mournful ballad, intended to unite the hearts of those ragamuffins who have lost their way. Brightly shooting stars, leaving trails in the sky. I actually don't have a musical backing that works well for this. Like a guiding light, they show me the way to your eyes. This yearning passion tears my heart in twain, and the cruel moon mocks my pain. I think I got it there. And then he's about to get kicked off the roof. If this fleeting dream shall never be. He's about to get kicked. Shut the hell up, Blondie. Gah. Oh, I love this song. Oh, hello there, little kitten. Is something the matter? As you can see, I'm in the middle of a delightful performance. Autographs will have to wait until after the show. Moreover, it would be quite dangerous if you kicked me down from this height. Why, there may not be an encore. Would you shut the hell up already? Quit your caterwauling and get off of our roof. We're trying to run a business here. Fine. Please calm yet. I said get down. The kid's just beating him up. Lovely. Ah! Well, at least he's down now. You alive, Blondie? Still breathing? Gah. Guess so. Wonderful. I missed Olivier. Or Olivier. Or Olivert. Huh, well, that was something. Man, this ain't even fun anymore. Later. The hell was up with that guy? Ack. Forget about him. Let's bail. Good. I love this character. He's fun. They left. All's well that ends well. All's well that ends well? Well, would you look at that? I've managed to nip the bud of a blossoming fight here in the City of Sin. Another debonair adventure complete. Once again, my mellifluent lute has brought peace by spreading the gentle chords of love and devotion. Sometimes I'm almost frightened by my level of genius. He's walking backwards. What a goober. Oh, what a goofball. Excuse me, but are you alright? That sounded like a hard fall. Worry not, fair lady. A fall of that height was absolutely nothing to a man who has kissed the dewdrop skies of this very continent. What's wrong with this guy? Do excuse the minor interruption. Now that I've regained my composure, we can continue my grand sonata. Gather around, ladies and gentlemen. Now, where was I? If this fleeting dream... Please, you don't have to do that. Hey, Lloyd, could he be... a blonde musician in a white coat? He definitely fits the description. Mueller said he could be a handful, but he's nothing like what I expected. You must be Olivier, or Olivier. I'm going Olivier, because it's closer to Oliver than Olivier. I know Olivier is probably the better pronunciation, but Olivier is funnier. You must be Olivier. Olivier. Oh my goodness, I just said I was going to pronounce it Olivier, but I can go Olivier because I literally can't force myself to consistently pronounce it Olivier. You must be Olivier. Am I right? The one and only, darling. My darling. It is I, the unparalleled genius, wandering bard, and seeker of love, Olivier Lenheim. Praise be to Ados, as it is by her grace that you have had the pleasure of witnessing one of my famous impromptu performances. Engrave this day into your hearts, for it has surely been a once-in-a-lifetime experience for you all. I think it'd be a pretty good joke if, like, the next day of this chapter, the exact same thing happens, beat for beat. So it's not once in a lifetime. Right. Hold on a tick. You knew my name before I introduced myself. Is that possible? I don't believe I've uttered my name once since coming to Crossbell. Have we perhaps met somewhere before? Not exactly. We're with the Crossbell Police, Special Support Section. We've been looking for you per the request of your agent, Mueller. You know who we're speaking of, right? Ah, I see. So you're the ones. Oh, it's an elaborate trick to get him introduced to the SSS. Though, I mean, they probably would have put in some sort of request, but I assume Mueller chose it to be collecting him because he ran off. That Mueller. He's just as much of a worrywart as ever. Surely he knows by now that time apart will never dampen the measure of our love. On the contrary, it makes our hearts grow both fonder and bolder. Like his disconnect from Scheherazade, or Shera, Schera. Hasn't seen her in forever. Great pair. Huh? Wait, are you saying the two of you are... Yeah, no, I seriously doubt it. That's beside the point. Can you come with us back to Mueller now? I'm afraid not, officers of the law. I have to make the most of Crossbell while I still can. I'll be quite occupied tomorrow, you see. Occupied? Nothing you need to concern yourself over. But do keep in mind that if you claim to be unable to look the other way, I will do everything in my power to give you no say in the matter. Oh, really now? And just how do you plan on doing that? Running away. Wait, is that the famous Julia Schwartz standing right over there? These guys are incompetent. What? Really? Where? It would be funnier if she actually was. Okay. It's such a funny mechanism of... Oh, he duped us by making us look somewhere else. So it uses the camera moving to show where they're looking as a way to have him off screen and have him disappear. It's kind of funny. Wait a second. I don't see anyone. Where'd she... Hey. These guys are so incompetent. Till next we meet, my friends. Ta-ta. the like, exertion things popping off his head. Wait. He got away. We just fell for the oldest trick in the book, and I think that's the second time they fell for it this game, so they're incompetent. Of course Senior Captain Schwartz wouldn't be in a place like this. I want to see if she's down over there. If she's down over there, it's going to be so funny. I can really tell this dude is going to be a pain in the ass. Reminds me of Lecter. Never mind that. Let's chase it after him. The only question is, where did he go? Why don't we check the other place we discussed earlier? That's how we stumbled upon him downtown, after all. He may be in the back alley, or Harbor District. Sounds like a plan. Let's move. Nah. I'll search for him today, and that's how I'll finish the day. Like, I'll find him, finish his quest, and then that's gonna be the end. To hell with those visiting dignitaries. You'd think there was a festival going on, to the way everyone's all keyed up about it. What a, like, sore loser. He might be worth talking to, but I don't want to. Because in character would make sense. That's Rixia's room. I wonder if Sleepyhead's still asleep. Huh? No mirror left? Guess that leaves me no choice. Time to roll up my sleeves and get myself a job. Hey, they're not just sleeping. But then they are. Guess Vance's dad'll just have to find a way to make some Mira. Oops. My old man is out of booze and Mira. About time, too. I wonder who it is. Like, we're gonna meet them, I assume, in the next day or soon enough. That man in the white coat just now must have been a musician of sorts. My ears aren't what they used to be, but that little melody he played was really quite pleasant. Yeah, that's nice. I mean, he is competent at music, right? I'm gonna go in here just because I kind of have to. So, that's what Wall's been up to, huh? Yeah, he was staggering over from the shop looking totally trash for everyone to see. He walked out with a ton of booze, probably back at his place getting wasted right now. Real talk, it was rough seeing Wald like that. I mean, sure, he used to have some drinks for fun, but he's completely lost himself. Yeah, I don't like it any more than you do. Things aren't going to turn out well if we just let him walk around in public while he's completely hammered. We gotta keep an eye out for the guy and help him through this. Yeah, we're on it. That's what Wall's been up to? Dude's trying to drown away his sorrows. I'm worried for his health if he's really drinking as much as they say. I kind of wish Wald didn't exist, because I don't like him, but... Wald, where you at, bro? Don't leave us in the dust. We'll shell out for all the drinks you want if you come back to us. Because without you, man, every party's a bust. He seems like he's drinking. That willing nutcase back there really cramped our style. You're not getting off so easy next time. Remember that, Wazzy. This world's got its fair share of freaks, huh? Wait, weren't Huey and me fighting about something? Listen up. Anything happens, you tell me you're Luganov, got it? Yeah, for sure. That's kind of wholesome. Some of them have their lives somewhat straightened out. There's supposed to be a bunch of reporters and important people from other countries coming into the city today. But someone said they wouldn't bother coming down our street. I wonder why. Sweep, sweep. I'm going to be more thorough anyway, just in case. What a wholesome kid, except for the fact that it's child labor. I snuck a peek at Orchis Tower earlier, and, well, can't really say I'm a fan. Obviously, as an engineer, I've got an interest in the latest tech and such. But with this, I'm not big on the spectacle of it all. Feels too much like a pissing contest, if you'll excuse the language. Wait, did I actually buy them and then not upgrade them? Or did I... Oops. The inputs are slightly slower than I wish they were. Like, click, up. If I click up too quick, even though it's showed up, click, I have to wait like half a second longer than I wish I did. Yeah. I think I'll respect Lloyd's. The double twister could be better for the 10% evasion, but for now I'll stick with this until until I'm at like 90% evasion and I need 10% more. I'll stick with my current setup. That blonde guy took off just like that. It almost feels like a tornado swept through here. Abbas. ... Thinking about something, Abbas? Ah, Wazi. Yes, I was ruminating over what a diverse set of people there are in this world. Haha, it does take all kinds, as they say. That goes for the two of us as well. Ha, indeed it does. Abbas sure does open up around Wazi. I suppose that's a sign of just how close they are. Man, that blonde guy earlier was such a weirdo. I feel like I'm gonna be talking about him for days. Me and that customer never got to finish that game, but honestly, it was already over for me. I guess there's always gonna be someone out there who's better than you. Checking for free food. It sounded like there was a lot of commotion outside. Was it that customer we just had? Actually, don't answer. I'm probably better off minding my own business. Aww, I can't believe you had to leave all of a sudden. I should have asked what hotel he was staying at. He was pretty dashing, I'll admit. Don't you think he was a little weird too, though? So what? Maybe I like him weird. That's part of what made him so charming. I guess. Let's talk to these folks. Some rowdy jackass got on the roof of my shop earlier. I was thinking about shooting him down with an explosive round. Wouldn't want to damage the roof, though, so I'll let Jingo take care of it. You can't be serious. We'd never overlook gunfire in the middle of the city, Ashley. Get off my case, Flatfoot. There's no crime in saying I thought about it. Still, there was something off about that blondie. I feel like I've seen his face somewhere before. Meh, must be my imagination. That blondie had a real spring in his step, even after he fell off the roof. Maybe I should have kicked him harder. Lovely. Okay, I think I've visited everything I care to visit. Now I can just run around looking for him in various places. I'm checking here. They didn't list it, but I wouldn't put it past them. Okay, so here to the Harbor District. No Olivier in the Harbor District. Maybe I have to talk to people, but for now I'm just going to run through. I don't think the admin district was one of the ones that was listed. Entertainment was listed, but they already attempted to cross that off. Time to double check. Musician. They listed back alley. It definitely could be in Imelda. Is not in Imelda. It's not going to be here. Could be in Garant, because that fits his character. Okay, we have to talk to people. First part trade conference. Jerk of a customer and alcoholism. Wait. No, it's nothing new. Nothing new. Okay, she's not here. He's not here, but he could be in here maybe. I think it'd be way funnier if he was in there, but it would be pretty annoying to find him there. So I need to check the casino, Arc-en-Ciel, and the hotel. I could talk to these folks. I could talk to this guy. Damn it. I finally win some dough, and already it's gone up in smoke. Don't go to slot machines. Slot machines are bad. Like, gambling is whatever, but like slot machines are extremely worse. Like they're like the worst way to gamble. Cause oh, delicious hot pot pressure cooker. I already grabbed that. Like slot machines are like semi-rigged or something. To like, I don't know if they actually are. I know they can be like, oh, they can only pay out after X amount. And that does exist, I'm pretty sure. So, they're not good. So Harbor District and talk to people. He could be in here. Been a lot of police roaming. I'm just here to check for Olivier. Oh, he's right there. I'm blind. Whoa, that's a lot of people. They must be here for the Mishi event. I believe this is what the theme park staff are doing for the day, seeing as Michelin is closed during the conference. It's a shame Tio isn't here to see this. I think they're about to do a dance number. Why do we stick around for it? After all, we're already... Wait, is that... It's such a silly joke to hide him behind the tree by using the camera angle like that. Eee, I love you, Mishi! Why do they let the random dude show up? I know that it's a like, they stated that other people can dance, but... that guy who joined in is pretty good at this. Why does he know the Mishi dance? Whatever this dance is. Okay, everyone, all together now. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. Let's dance and make a wishy with Mishi. I like seeing the zipper on the back. Olivier and Mishi exchange a firm handshake. Haha. Well met and well done, Mishi. To be frank, your dancing prowess is something to be commended. You're not too shabby yourself, fella. Where did you learn to dance? I'm rather fond of ballroom dancing myself. Naturally, my preferred partner would be a beautiful woman, but you were a fine stand-in, my furry companion. Though I suppose I shouldn't have expected any less from Crosswell's most beloved mascot. Meh. Ah, stop it. You're making me blush. I really hope it's like a gray-haired old man inside. What in Eidos' name is he doing? Looks like he barged in to take some of the spotlight for himself. Remember when Mueller asked us to prevent him from drawing attention to himself? That's out the window now. Uh-oh. I do believe I've been discovered. My apologies, dear Mishi, but I must vacate the premises now, for now. Aw, that's too bad. Meh. Let's dance together at Michelin Wonderland next time. Now that is one wishy I promised to bring to fruition. Parting is such a sweet sorrow, but the bond we have forged today will linger in my heart for eons to come. Adios, mi amigo. Bye-bye. Now that's a jump. He cut and ran again. I get the feeling he's used to this kind of sort of thing. On the bright side, this narrows down the number of places he could have escaped to. It's not going to matter either way unless we start chasing after him. So my guess is he's not IBC. So he's going to be like, oh, go to the places on that list and we're going to have to go through them all or something, which is kind of lame, but... So like, he could be at the casino, he could be at the hotel, he could be in the back alley, he could be anywhere. My assumption is not here because he'd get trapped if he were here. He's not going to be at Arc-en-Ciel. He could be in the hotel. He could be in any of these rooms. I actually should check. He's not going to be. I think he's going to be in the back alley. Because it's like, oh, he's not in... It was quote-unquote established that he's not in the entertainment district. So it makes sense that they would leave it till later if they use it again at all. Yep. Now this is actually trapping him. Olivier? Wow, he's pretty good, isn't he? Thank you for listening to my serenade. Bravo! You're amazing, mister. What would you say to signing on as our live entertainment for a while? I'd be willing to compensate you, of course. My, that does sound oh so tempting. I gladly accept your gracious offer. Wait just a darn second. They really should have a different song for Garant, but... What's this? Found me already, have you? Now you're going around taking random side jobs? It's our job. This dude's got some screws loose. I urge you to cease this admittedly well-earned flattery. Why, I can feel my cheeks reddening already. No one's flattering you, jackass. We're taking you with us this time. Now, surely you must know when to give up. Life isn't meant to be a constant chase. You have to stop and smell the grand roses, too. Sip it slowly, like a fine wine. And so, I shall offer a gift to brighten up your weary, dreary hearts. A lovely melody, woven with the very essence of love and devotion. What we should really do is send one of our people to go get Mueller, and then come back. Oh, what troubles you, mademoiselle? Make no mistake, while a melancholy sigh may have its charms, a beautiful young woman should never be without happiness in her heart. Let me make something perfectly clear. Mueller requested that we retrieve you, no matter what it takes. He even authorized us to use force. As a matter of fact, he insisted on it. But point taken. I surrender. I promise. That smile is more terrifying than the things that usually scare her. As disappointing as this is, the time has come for me to sail with the tide. Very well then. Would you be so kind as to escort me to Mueller? Just to be safe, I think it would be a better idea to tell Mueller to come here. As much as I'd hate to put him out of his way. That's definitely the safest choice. No doubt he tried to give us the slip the second we stepped outside. It pains me to see how little trust I instill. You'll live. Anyway, I'll try contacting the station to see if somebody can get a hold of Mueller. Or we could just have Wazi run over, but whatever. Good work, everyone. Thanks to all of you. I was able to corral this nuisance before he got too carried away. No problem. Glad we could help. Corral? Why, you make me sound like common livestock. And I know for a fact that I'm so much more to you than that. Then again, degradation does have its own special charms, I suppose. If that's what you're into, I'm more than happy to take all the abuse you can muster, my dear Mueller. Shut up. I take it back. Please, don't hurt me. My apologies, everyone. This idiot and I have a bit of a history together. He never learns his lesson, so I always end up having to cut his leash shorter and shorter. Haha. Sounds like you're used to dishing out tough love. Love doesn't begin to cover it. There's nothing like having a companion who truly supports you. Which, like, that's definitely a true reality for him, because his state in the Empire is, I think, kind of rough. Like, especially when you think about, he went against the Blood and Iron Chancellor to save Liberal. So the Blood and Iron Chancellor definitely doesn't like him, but the Blood and Iron Chancellor has a lot of power, so it's very tenuous. And so the fact that he sticks with him is, you know, he truly supports him. Then again, who wouldn't want to accompany one such as myself, known for almost as many virtues and good deeds as the goddess above? Does that count as heresy? Yes, probably. I don't even think Eidos could get this ne'er-do-well to repent. I'm afraid you're right. But as far as I'm aware, the church's sermons aren't nearly as hard-hitting as mine. No, please, I'll behave myself, Mueller. Please don't encourage his savagery. I beg of you. Something tells me this isn't just their usual friendly banter. We should be going. There's still quite a bit on our agenda. Thank you again for all your help. Don't mention it. All in a day's work. Though, if you don't mind me saying, I wouldn't take my eyes off him if I were you. I know all too well. And so our revelry reaches its inevitable denouement. I bid you adieu, ladies and gentlemen. May we meet again, fates permitting. Sure. My only regret is never receiving that luxury of frolicking with Mishi at that oft-rumored resort park. Wait just a moment. Your division takes on contract work, yes? Would that mean I could request you to serve as our guides? Ah, me and my strokes of genius. Why, we'll have so much fun that even an incorrigible sourpuss like Mueller would... Ah, Mueller, it was just a joke. I wish he was like, 'twas just a jest. Wait, no. Just limp, grabbed by the scruff of his neck like a kitten. And there they go. Not every day you meet a duo like them. Though on second thought, I feel like there's more to those two than meets the eye. Well, you heard him. Fate's permitting, you might get a chance to ask them yourself sometime. Honestly, that might be more trouble than it's worth. That man, he basically threatened Olivier the entire time, but is he... No, it couldn't be. Something wrong, Ellie? You've been pretty quiet. No, it's nothing. These folks just need to talk. Like, if Kia mentioned her weird feeling about the building, if Ellie was like, hey, I think that's Prince Olivert, like, she should just say it. There's no reason not to. At this point in the story, they know each other well enough. It's reasonable. But at least one of the characters is being hinted at as making the connection. Plenty of these things that are really obvious from the player's perspective, they don't hint at all. And I'm really glad this one, they're properly hinting that they thought about it. No, it's nothing. Cool. Then I think this one's a wrap. Ready to head off, Lloyd? Yeah, let's go. That's the end of that. Oh, not quite. You dimwit. For once in your life, could you keep your wins in your head where they belong? You know full well what kind of place Crossbell is. It would make my life infinitely easier if you took more consideration for the position you're in. What's this? Sounds like someone's been fretting themselves over little old me. Besides, you know I can't help it. I just had to see all this city has to offer before my duties shackled me. As a result of my little excursion, I feel I've come to understand why they dubbed this place the City of Sin. That's not all I've caught wind of. A certain someone we know has been shifting his pieces behind the curtain. Is that so? Then at least you managed to get something useful out of this. Indeed, and thanks to you, Mueller, I was able to have a little preview of what's to come. Which reminds me, how go the arrangements? I'm only able to romp and frolic about the way I do because I know you can manage just fine without me. I'm not the one to be concerned about, but yes, I've already contacted them. They needed to know that our schedule has been delayed. No thanks to you. Well, in that case, let us make haste. It would be unbecoming of us to keep two lovely ladies waiting, so that would be the Liberalians. Musician manhunt complete. Yes, that's where I stop for today. Next time, there will be 2 side quests to finish. One in Armorica, and one on the way to Armorica. And then, we'll be saving a little cat. But, this is where I'm stopping pour aujourd'hui. So, have a nice day. Bye-bye.